So all of the equipment you're going to need for this lab to determine the molar mass of butane is in this container, except for the electronic balance. But in this container, you've got the glass J tube, and in that J tube, you're probably going to see this little rubber adapter piece. This is what's going to hook to the butane source. You also have a 60 milliliter syringe. The syringe barrel and the plunger may be separate. You don't really need the plunger, so you can just kind of set that off to the side. But you will need the barrel, and you're also going to have in there the butane source, okay? And then you're also going to have a tip cap for the end of the syringe. And that's going to end up being like that, but you don't want that on there just now. And then you've got the tennis ball canister itself. That's going to be our reservoir of water. So in the first step, you're going to take the butane lighter cartridge and you're going to find the mass of this before, so we know, we have an idea of how much butane there is to start. So you would record that value. Then once you have masked the butane cartridge, you want to take the butane cartridge, and this little metal nozzle here is what you're going to attach to the J tube. Now this white handle here, you don't want to press that because that's what releases the gas. So we don't want to do that before we're ready. To put this on, okay, it's going to slide down over that metal adapter, but you want to make sure that you don't push the rubber piece into the glass tubing. And you don't really want the rubber adapter to come out of the glass tubing. So just be careful as you slide that on there, all right? And you want to make sure you hold on to both parts, because if you let it hang down, it might pull that out. So you want to fill the tennis ball canister from your sink with water till there's about two centimeters, until it's 2 centimeters from the top. And then what you want to do is you want to take the 60 milliliter syringe barrel, with the tip cap off. You're going to use this here in a second, but for right now, take the barrel and you're going to put it down into the tennis ball canister, and you're going to submerge it completely, and then you're going to take the tip cap and you're going to put that on there. Okay, so that once that's on there, now you have a syringe completely filled with water. And as long as the bottom of that syringe, the opening, doesn't break the surface, that will still stay filled with water. So we're going to take the J tube and we're going to put that underneath here and put the bottom part of it inside the syringe, and then I'm going to carefully press down the white tab and dispense butane in here. Now I want to make sure that we don't put too much in, and it may come out fast, and you can see it going up top there and collecting. It's pushing the water down, and so when it hits about, it gets around 40 or so, I want to let off of that, and you see you'll get a little bit of residual gas going in there. And then I'm going to take the J tube out, and I'm going to read the volume of the gas. Now, when you read the volume of this, it's important that the liquid volume inside the syringe is equal with the liquid volume in the tennis canister. And so you have to get down on the level and make sure that those two line up, and when the liquid level inside and outside are at the same height, that's the volume that you read off of the syringe barrel. Once you've read the volume, you can take the syringe barrel and simply pick it up and open it, all right, and let the gas out. You want to read the temperature of the water that you bubbled the butane through. This is what we'll use to help determine the vapor pressure of the water that evaporated into the syringe, as well as the butane gas bubbling into it. Then you want to carefully disconnect the butane source from that rubber adapter. All right. And then you want to take that and put it onto the balance and record the new mass. And the difference between those two masses will tell you how much butane gas was dispensed. To determine the pressure of the butane gas, we need to get the current atmospheric pressure using the barometer, which is located on the wall next to our goggle cabinet. And the way that you use this is you first have to move this slider so that it is even with the temperature. It's calibrated with the current temperature. So the blue column is your thermometer, and so you raise that up until that temperature arrow is even with the blue liquid column. And then once that's even, you look at, there's your U-shaped tube of the barometer. You need to read that, and the scale that we want is the millimeter scale, millimeters of mercury scale, so that's the one on the right hand side here. Notice that it's an inverted scale, so that is just below the fourth line under 775, so that's actually 779, and then you estimate one additional place, so it looks like 779.2 in this particular reading. And so that would be 779.2 millimeters of mercury.